Sorry to make the class explode.
Mr. Bennett, you should start it with hey vlog.
Hey blog. There we go. Did I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Again, just to reiterate, because we haven't quite gotten into the swing of what I would like class to look like, I will do these videos of me giving the notes. The video will not be of my beautiful face. It will be of this screen. Okay? I know. I'm sorry. You can just look at my avatar picture or whatever. Okay. It'll be this screen recorded, and you'll be able to hear me talk through it. Okay. So if I have to, yeah. So nice. So what do we want our final answer to look like? Yenny, you were answering before I interrupted you.
Isn't it x equals?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We want it to end with x equals, which means we are working towards getting x all by itself on one side of the equal sign or the other. Okay? This should be reviewed. This is a pre-algebra lesson. Okay? So, x minus 3 equals negative 5. Okay? What our process is going to be with these simple equations is to undo operations. Jackson, you have a question?
It's not a question.
Oh, well, yeah. We'll get there. Don't jump ahead of me. Okay, so we've got undo operations. What are those operations? You know the answer. You're just making it too complicated. When we talk PEMDAS, we're saying order of operations. What are those operations?
Parentheses.
Yes. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Zoe got it. Yeah, nailed it. So, I love how excited we are to solve simple equations. This is great. The enthusiasm is palpable. Okay.
I have so much energy.
So let's find the variable. Which side of the equal sign is the variable on? The left. Okay. What operation is being done to the variable? Yeah, it's subtraction. What's the opposite of subtracting by 3? So we're going to add 3. Okay, and where are we adding 3? On both sides. Okay. Whatever
you do to one side, you do to the other.
Yes. Whatever you do to one side, you must. Oh my gosh. This pen is being terrible today. Yes, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. Okay? So we're going to add 3. Why are we adding 3? Because we're trying to cancel anything out that is with the x. Okay? So because this x was being subtracted by 3 right here, we're going to add 3 to that side. Do we have anything to combine the x with? Now we're kind of doing this vertical combination right here. We don't have anything to combine the x with, so we're going to bring it down. What happens with the 3's? Yeah, they cancel each other out. The next time you say that, I'm going to make you go. Okay? Okay. You can bleat all over the place. Okay. Negative 5 plus 3 is?
Negative 2.
Are you done? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to check yourself?
Yeah.
You are. Okay. You check yourself using what method?
What it was called.
Substitution. I heard a question. How did I get from where to where? Negative 5 to negative 2? Is that what you're talking about? So we had to add 3 to both sides. So when we add 3 to a negative 5 plus 3 is going to take us to a negative 2. Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Stay with me, please. Okay. To check it, you rewrite the problem. Instead of the variable, you are putting in your solution, which was -2. Okay, what is -2 minus 3? It is -5.
-8.
Get out of here. What's up? Thank you. Winter, did you go to the front office? Did you talk to anybody in the front office? Okay. Okay. When we get done here, I'm going to send you back there to check in. Okay. Just so you get credit for being here. Okay. You got -2 minus 3 equals -5. Okay. You get to that last line. All we're working on is balance, right? Okay. So, does -5 equal -5? If the answer to yourself, the answer to that question is yes, then you're good. Okay. Do you need to check every single problem? Not necessarily. Okay.
But if you're not sure, substitution.
If you're not sure, this is the method to use. Okay. Yes. It's just an asterisk. A star.
That's actually what it looks like.
Thank you.
My snowflakes like
Nice. All right. Let's see how we do on our own. Oh my gosh, stop doing that. Sorry guys, my pen is like not being good today. All right, letter B. Please work on this one on your own. You have 0.9 equals y plus 2.8. Go for it. Do what? So, there you go.
What? I said something smart, but I don't understand it.
Okay, do we feel like we need help on this?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say is I feel like I'm struggling to get you to focus with me for a bit, okay? To me, that tells me two things. Either we're not ready to learn or we already know how to do this. Since it seems like it's not the latter, it seems like it is the former. So if y'all could just focus with me for a little bit, this will come much more easy to you, okay? So we're going to find our variable. Variable is on which side? The right, okay? What operation is being done to the variable? Addition. What is the opposite of adding 2.8? Subtracting 2.8. Okay, on the left side, what's 0.9 minus 2.8?
-1.9.
Okay, is there anything I need to do with the y? Just bring it down. What happens to the 2.8s?
Cancel.
It cancels out. And there's your solution. Okay. Now, you won't see an answer written like this on a standard test. Okay. The answer will always be in the correct notation, which is variable first. Okay. Whichever one you put, I don't care in here as long as you get it right. Mm-hmm. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, you have a few steps, right? You have to locate your variable, okay? Then you are having to get the variable by itself by undoing operations, okay? Addition and subtraction specifically. Now I would like for you to try a couple on your own just to see how you're doing. Okay, so we've got n plus 3 equals -7. Then we've got g minus 1/3 equals -2/3. And then we'll do number 3. It's going to be -6.5. It's like equals p plus 3.9. Okay, I'm using different variables on all of these for the sole reason that I can bring up that it doesn't matter which variable you use. Okay, if you just use x for all of them, you can use x for all of them. I was just sitting out yesterday, but if you want to use them, you can use them.
Jesus.
What's up?
What are you doing?
Just wait patiently, and I'll put them up here in just a second, and we can check. -7 minus 3. Use a number line. Okay, I'm going to start putting number 1 up here. There's the solution for number 1 as soon as you're ready to check. Okay, how many of us didn't try number 2 because of it's got a fraction? I appreciate the honesty. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, fractions are never going away for you. The less that you attempt to do them because you hate them, the harder they will be as advanced math students. Okay, the fractions that you're going to be working with when you get into trigonometry are insane. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so it's okay that you hate them. I get it, but you still need to use them. Okay, and get used to using them. Okay.
I hate trigonometry.
Well, I can't blame you. Okay, so on number 2, we got to add a third to both sides. Somebody off the top of your head, what is negative 2/3 plus a third?
Negative 1/3.
There you go. Negative 1/3. Okay, and let's get to number 3. Okay. Somebody check my math. Is that right? Okay. Okay. We're going to go Julius Caesar right here. Okay, thumbs down means you would bomb this if you had to take a quiz over it. Thumb to the side means you do so-so. Okay, thumbs up means you feel like you do fine. I just want to see where we're at. You need to put it right in front of you. Okay. So, here's where we're going next. Not anything necessarily more complicated, just different. Okay? So, what operations were we working with up here? Addition and subtraction. Okay? So, where are we about to transition to? Yes. Multiplication and division. Okay? So, we still do the same process. Okay? Nothing changes except for the operations now that we're working on. Okay? So, we've got letter A is negative n over 5 equals negative 3. Okay? Did I give you a multiplication or a division? Yes, fractions are always division. Okay? So our steps are the same. We need to locate our variable. Locate variable. Variable is where? Yeah, it's the numerator in the fraction, right? We've got negative n over 5. Okay? Then we need to undo operations. What operation is being done to n? Yeah, it's being divided by what? 5. And I say we knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, and we say it's being divided by a negative 5 because that is a negative, right? So eventually we'll have to get rid of that negative. So let's just do it in the same step. So how do you get? What's the opposite of dividing by 5? I'm just scooting that a over for a second. Yes, multiplying by 5. That rule works to get rid of a denominator all the time. Okay, you want to get rid of the bottom number of a fraction, multiply it by that number. So now I'm multiplying both sides by 5. Okay, so I'm going to make a little note right here, okay, to connect them. We are multiplying both sides by the, let's sound mathy, by the what? Denominator. Which is, we will say -5 in this case. Okay? What is that going to do? Let's start on the right side. What will we end up with on the right side of the equal sign? We got -3 times a -5. It's not a trick question. What's -3 times -5? 15. Okay? Now what's going to happen to the 5s on the left side? Cancel out. That's what we've been doing, right? When we're undoing something, we're canceling it out. So that 5 will cancel out, and since we did a -5, that negative will go away also. Because what happens when you multiply a negative by a negative? It turns into a positive. So you just bring your n down, and that's it. Are we remembering from last year a little bit? Well, any others? Okay, all right. It was not my intent when I asked that question. All right, so let's keep going. All right, you're going to love this one. Well, you'll figure out that when I say that, sometimes it's not necessarily the case. But okay, letter B is pi times x equals -2 pi. How do you draw a pi? You draw a, it's kind of like a, what do they call it in Spanish? A tilde or a tilde, okay? With 2 legs, okay? 2 tilted legs, yes. It's the leaning tower of pi. Okay. Bruh. That's all right. As long as you know what you're drawing, it's fine.
Wait, is it just like a variable or is it actually pi?
It is pi, not a variable. Yep. So, all right. Do we want to try and figure this one out?
Yes.
What?
All right, here's what I say. I'll give you, I don't know, like 45 seconds to just see if you can like conceptualize what you're supposed to do. Okay? If you want to try and work it on the paper, go for it. I just want you to think about it, maybe talk it out with somebody you're sitting close to. Okay? Ready, set, go.
3.14. 3.14 equals 3.14159.
My only suggestion is if I put pi right here, leave it as pi. Okay? Don't put in the numbers. Okay? You're gonna make your life too complicated. The numbers technically are already there because I put pi in there. What do you say, Adam?
You know what I want to do for right now? Right now, no, it's not. Oh no.
Go for it. I expect to see that
Easy.
on your notes. I don't know. 3.14 ...
I tried to learn this in
All right.
3.14.
Let's come together in 3,
It's 1.
2, 1. How do we feel? We feel like maybe we talked some stuff out and figured it out?
Yes.
So you've got the same steps. Same steps. Where's your variable? It's on the left side, right? Pi is not a variable. Pi is a number. Okay? Pi is a number, pi is a number, pi is a number. Pi is not a variable. We can't solve for pi. Pi already exists. Okay? You will have to ask, I don't remember. Hey Siri, who came up with pi? She's going to tell me the dessert. Hey Siri, who came up with the number pi?
Here's an answer from sci-fi.com. I was first discovered
Archimedes, of course.
Who?
Archimedes,
Who's that?
an old mathematician.
A Roman mathematician.
One of the original mathematicians in civilization.
So it's Roman.
Do what? So pi, it's when they started discovering that they could measure circles in the same way. They could measure curves in the same way that they could measure straight lines. And so he figured out the formula for how to measure a curve, which is actually the introduction into trigonometry. Because in trigonometry, it's all about finding singular points off of a curved line.
Why didn't he just use a ruler? It's easier.
It's okay. That's years down the road, guys. Years down the road. All right, let's finish this problem. Let's finish this problem. So, pi is not a variable. Where is the variable? It's x. Okay. What is being done to x? It's being multiplied by pi. So what's the opposite of multiplying by pi? Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the other. What happens to pi on the left side? Cancels out. We'll bring down x. What happens to pi on the right side?
As pi. Mr. Bennett.
Easy as pi. Very nice. Make you do 20 push-ups.
No.
Okay. Do we want to skip the next problem? It has decimals.
Yes.
No.
No, actually no.
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 No, because then the next one's gonna be like fractions times
Calculus.
5 times decimal.
Where am I?
What is that?
It is a z. Okay. In algebra, you will not see a z ever written like this. Why? It looks like it too. Okay. Z's in algebra will always have a little dash thrown. Okay. So, what's that?
Don't British people do that?
I mean, they learn the same math we do. It's not a different language.
They do. They say.
Okay, 1.3. 1.3 z equals 5.2. See if you can figure it out.
I can see anything.
All right.
No.
Can I call my mom?
She can't help you.
No, call my brother. He's really smart. He's in like.
He's busy.
He's in like algebra 10.
He emailed me this morning, said, "Don't let Annie call me in class."
What? He's a senior. He's really old.
Oh,
Really old. Well, that makes me ancient, so that's good. I'm definitely not going to go home and cry. All right, let's come together. Even if you're not done, okay, let's come together. I'm going to ask some people some questions. We've got 1.3z equals 5.2. Gibran, which side of the equal sign is the variable located? On the left side. Malcolm, what is being done to the variable? Operations-wise. No, what is being done right here? What do you see being done to the z? Yeah, it's being multiplied. Langston, what's it being multiplied by? Okay, help him, Malcolm. What's it being multiplied by? Well, it's just one number, right? 1.3. Yeah, do you agree? Yeah, okay. Adam, what's the opposite of multiplying by 1.3? Dividing by 1.3. So, quiet, please. This was a good question. Quiet, please. Okay. So if you're still looking at this first line and you're just like, I'm not sure. Okay. Anytime you have a variable, it has a coefficient in front of it. Okay. If you just have a variable all by itself, like right here, the coefficient is always just 1 because we don't want it to change the value of whatever x is or whatever your variable is. Okay. In this instance, you have 1.3, which is your coefficient. Okay. Coefficients are always being multiplied to the variable that they are attached to. Always, always, always. Okay. So that's how we know to divide by 1.3 because the 1.3 is being multiplied to the z. Okay. Always, 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 always.
Always, always.
Okay. So if we divide by 1.3, we want to do that so that it'll cancel out. We're going to bring the z down. Whatever we do to one side, you have to do to the other. Then we have 5.2 divided by 1.3. Okay, you've got some practice problems.
Business? What's your business?
It's Nunya.
I'm curious.
No, that's the name of his business.
No, it's not. What's your business, Dre?
Told you.
Wow.
I'll let you know when it's
I'm gonna be your first customer.
highly doubt.
I will.
You don't have enough money, any?
Yes, I do. I still have the penny you gave me.
That can't be lit.
Maybe you can be an investor then.
Who?
An investor?
Who's that to?
You're starting a business. You got to have investors.
I'll be the lawyer.
All right, you've got 1, 2, and 3. Please work with someone you're sitting close to, okay? Or if you need to. Of course, you don't have to.
Yes. What do you prefer, brownies?
What's that?
Yes!
What do you like more, cookies or brownies?
Probably more. What about you?
Cookies.
Good
I
choice.
do also like brownies.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with either.
Yeah. Just like cookies. Has more flavor than just chocolate.
For sure. For sure.
Chocolate's good, but
I put location then. I put location. Ryan, Spanish speakers don't know that. You just say it, okay? Spanish speakers don't say. Okay, but.
While y'all are working on this, if anybody's just kind of chilling, how did the math test go yesterday?
It was so confusing.
Okay, so here's what I'll tell you. Is if it was super, super hard for you, that means you were doing really well.
It was so confusing.
They scale the questions, so they start you out probably even with some like 7th grade questions. Okay, then you kind of work your way up, and if your questions were just really really hard for the last half of the test, that means that you were floating up towards higher level. If they were easy the whole time, then that's just where you're at. That's okay. For just for Algebra 1. Okay. Because this grade will be on your high school transcript that you'll send off to college.
Good thing I do, Mr. Bennett. Why can't we just do like negative 6 times the 3? Like that would be so much easier. Did you know?
It's true. Unfortunately, we're going to move to something more complicated after this. My apologies. Take it up with Archimedes.
Mr. Bennett, do you like my Lego? Like my Lego?
It's very nice. All right, here's number 1. Even if you're not ready, it's okay. Just don't look up till you're ready.
No. You can't. She's super blue. I don't know. What? I can't assume his age. Oh my goodness. Like, oh, his gender. I can't even talk. I mean, what if they could talk, but like, they're too tiny, so it's yeah. So I should be a conspiracy theorist. I just sort of podcast.
For which one?
Where's my pen? Mr. Bennett, do you want to be a guest on my podcast?
Sure.
Let's start a podcast.
On what? Spotify?
No, Apple Pay. Apple Pay.
Thank you.
What? I don't know why I haven't done anything. I should be dying right now. Are you colorblind?
So you stole it from me.
Oh,
9.
I'm an S. I say that first.
Okay, I'll wait a little bit longer for you to get number 3. It is vitally important for your success in this class that you attempt these problems while we're doing the notes, okay? Even if you have no idea what you're doing, you're not going to learn by not trying and then copying down what I have, okay? I understand the stress, the anxiety, maybe if some of you are feeling embarrassed, whatever it is, okay? I totally get all of that, okay? Math can be a very anxious subject matter, okay? However, if you want to feel better about it, this is your opportunity. Okay, you've got to get stuff down on paper, and then you can fix it. Okay. The example that I always give is if you are in band, orchestra, or choir. Okay, it's very difficult for your director to fix any issues if you're too afraid to make a mistake that you don't play very loud or you don't play at all. Right. So, gotta try it. Okay, here's the solution for number 3. Don't look up till you're ready.
Oh my goodness. Maybe we should make a handshake. You know, I have lessons with her. I just miss her. Like, I have a handshake with my brother, but I think so did I. It doesn't look like Hanzo. It looks like anyway.
Penicillin. Just don't put penicillin in them.
Yeah, okay.
All right, here's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, check yourselves. So proud of you. Okay, any questions before we move on? If you do have questions, okay, that you don't want to ask me right here, please make note of them. And then when we go to working on some group practice stuff in just a second, that would be a great opportunity for you to ask, okay? And we can just work one-on-one.
It's a learning process.
So I'm actually going to stop with the teaching for today.
Because it tracks me. No, but I have to come to school to get my education. You're arrested, but you're not in jail.
Oh, you're arrested outside.
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, that's what house arrest means.
How does that work? What if I run away?
Okay, so your practice problems to complete.
No, you can't. You'll get back in jail, Brandon.
But how would they know I ripped it off?
It has a GPS.
I will check these.
And it's locked.
I will check these when I check your notes. We're going to do our first set of Cornell notes at the beginning of next week, and then that's when I will start checking them.
In fourth grade, I think you guys do those like that. Yeah. This is what. This is giving me flashbacks.
It was not.
Those stuff. You know what I was doing all throughout
Okay,
school?
those are the practice problems. Okay, your notes are not completed until those are completed. Okay, page 20 in the textbook that I've attached on Canvas. Numbers 5 through 13, the odds, and then 21 through 29, the odds. Okay, we're kind of building this up slowly. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just keep tacking on after this.
You know what I would do in elementary school? You know how they gave us like a bunch of textbooks and we put it in our desk? I would grab all of my textbooks, put it in my backpack, so I would feel so smart with my backpack, and now I hate it.